Let's begin with the first case study about index number. The table shown includes the prices and quantity of three types of treadmill A, B, and C for the year 2024 and 2025. In 2024, treadmill A costs 100 ringgit, B costs 60 ringgit, and C costs 40 ringgit. In 2025, their prices changed to 80 ringgit, 70 ringgit, and 20 ringgit respectively. The quantity sold also increased slightly from 1 kg to 1.20 kg for A, from 1.50 kg to 1.60 kg for B, and from 2 kg to 2.20 kg for C. Using this data, we will calculate different index number to compare prices and quantities between these. Now we calculate the simple relative price index for each treadmill. The formula used is I is equal to PT divided by PO times by 100, where PT is the price in the current year, which is 2025, PO is the price in the base year, which is 2024. Let's calculate. For treadmill A, I is equal to 80 divided by 100, then times with 100 equals to 80. For treadmill B, I is equal to 70 divided by 60, then times with 100 equals to 160.67. For treadmill C, I equals to 20 divided by 40, then times with 100 equals to 50. For the comment, the price in 2025 of treadmill A decreased by 20%, treadmill B increased by 60.67%, and treadmill C decreased by 50% compared to 2024. Now let's calculate the simple average relative price index. The formula is I is equal to the summation of all simple relative price index divided by the number of items. So I is equal to 80 plus 116.67 plus 50 divided by 3. So I is equal to 246.67 divided by 3 is equal to 82.22. The higher price increase is treadmill type B, the only price increase, which is 116. Next, we calculate the simple aggregate quantity index. The formula is I is equal to summations of QT divided by summations of QO times with 100. So I is equal to 5.20 divided by 4.50 times with 100 equal to 115.56. Now we calculate the simple aggregate price index. The formula is I is equal to summations of PT divided by summations of PO times with 100. So I equals to 170 divided by 200 times with 100 equals to 85. Comment for simple aggregate quantity index in the price in 2025 increased by 15.56% compared to 2024. Comment for simple aggregate price index in the price in 2025 decreased by 15% compared to 2024. Now, we summarize the simple average price index once more. Using the same formula as questions B, so 246.67 divided by 3 equals to 82.22. For the comment, the average price index in 2025 decreased by 17.78 to compare to 2024. Next, we move on to case study 2, involving a tree diagram about transportations and payment behavior. There are two main transport choices: public transport labeled SPT with a probability of 0.7, private vehicle labeled SPV with a probability of 0.3. For those who use public transport, 0.85 of them use e-wallets labeled SE, 0.75 use cash labeled SC. For those who use private vehicles, 0.4 carpool labeled SCP, 0.6 drive alone labeled STA. From this tree diagram, we will calculate three probabilities. To answer question B, the formula is probability of public transport intersections with e-wallet equals to probability public transport times with probability e-wallet, which is 0.7 times 0.85 equals to 0.595 for 59.5%. To answer question C, the formula is probability private vehicles intersections with drive alone equals to probability private vehicles times probability drive alone, which is 0.3 times 0.6 equals to 0.80 or 18%. To answer question D, we need to find probability of e-wallet first, which is probability public transport intersections e-wallet plus probability private vehicles intersections carpool equals to 0.59, 5 plus 0.12, and the answer is 0.715. Then we already can calculate probability public transport given e-wallet, which is 0.595 divided by 0.715 equals to 0.8322 or 83.22%.
Assalamualaikum Miss. So I will continue with question 2. So here is the scenario. A school surveyed 200 students regarding their participation into academic. So 90 students in language club, 100 students in science club, and 40 students in both clubs. And L is set of students in the language club, S is set of students in science club. Okay, for question A, how many students are in the language club only? So we already know the number of students in language club, so we just minus 90 with 40, which is the number of students in both clubs. So we get 50 students. for B question, how many students in science club only? And this one also similar with question A, so we just minus 100 with 40, and we get next how many students in either language, science or both clubs. So we just plus all the number of students, so 50 plus 60 plus 40, and we get 150 students. For the question, how many students in either club? So we just minus 200, which is the total student, with 150, which is the number of students joining club. So we get the information above in Venn diagram. So here's the Venn diagram. So L is number of students in language club, which is 50. In the both club is 40, and science club only is 60, and didn't join any club is 50. Okay, let's move to section 2. Okay, for a question, what is the probability that a randomly selected student is the language club? So we just use formula probability. So probability of L is equals to number of student in language club over number of total students, and we got 9/20. Next, what is the probability that a student is in a both club? So we just use this formula P probability L intersect with S equals to number of students in both club over number of total students. So we got next, what is the probability that a student is involved in only one of the two clubs? So here we use the formula probability L probability number of student in language club or science club. So just substitute number of student in language club 50 plus number of student in science club 60 over 100, which is the total of student, and the final answer is 11/20. For question D, what is the probability that a student is in either club? So here is the formula, just substitute, and the final answer is 1/4. Last but not least, are the language and science club mutually exclusive events? So the answer is no, because there are 40 students who are in both clubs, which means they intersect with each other. So it's not mutually exclusive. Okay, let's move to the question 3. So for the first question about product display stand, so a rotating display stand holds 3 gadgets in a row, and the position matters for visibility. So the keywords here are position matters and arrangement. So if the question is about arrangement and the position is matters, we have to use permutation formula. So we just substitute the formula here. So 9p3, and we got 504. So that means there are 504 different arrangements that can be made. Next, about bundle deal creation. So promotional bundle includes 6 gadgets each and selected from 10 options. So the order of gadgets in a bundle does not matter. So the keywords here is about selected and does not matter. So if the question is about selection or choosing, we have to use combination formula. So here let's just substitute all the information. 10C6, so we get 210 different gadget bundles that can be created. Okay, for the third question is about fragment gadget requirement. So a fragment gadget must be included in every 6 gadget bundle. So here we have 9 different gadget for display, and we have to choose 6 gadget bundle. And from the 6 gadget, one of them is a fragment gadget, which means fragment gadget is fixed. So we only have to choose another 5 for the gadget bundle. So the total is 9, so we just substitute 9 for N and 5 for R. So just calculate using calculator. Then the final answer is 126, which means we can form 126 different bundles. And the flagship gadget is, for the last question, is about incompatibility restriction. So 2 gadgets use conflicting charging system and cannot be bundled together. So first of all, we have to calculate the bundles without restriction, which is 10C6. So the answer is 210. Next, we have to calculate the bundles that include both incompatible gadgets, which is just substitute AC4. So the answer for this one is 70. And the last one, we have to minus the 210 with 70. So the answer is 140. So there are 140 gadget bundle that can be created if the incompatible gadgets are never placed in the same bundle. So I think that's all from our group. Thank you.